Actually, if you have a good hot sauce recipe, link it below or let me know where I can find it. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, I'm Kathryn, the Aerogarden Homesteader, and today I am doing the plant update. These have gotten, I don't know if you can just see how big these are. They have just sort of grown in together. I should probably try to move them apart a little bit, but they're taking up a lot of space as it is, and I don't really have a lot of space in this corner, so they might have to just suck it up. But there are, I don't know if you can see in there, there are a few sort of dead ones that are kind of in the middle, but I've got lots of new growth. I'm not sure I am seeing any tomatoes on this. It seems like it is just dropping its flowers or not being successful. So I don't think it's run its course because it still looks healthy. It's still pushing out new growth. I did give it 30 ml last week. Last week was a feeding week, so it's got lots of food, so I don't know what else the problem could be. And you know, I hate to take down a nice looking plant like this. It's pushing out a lot of new growth, but it's not producing. So it's like, I could cut off, you know, like if I cut one of the runners, like not the runners, but one of the side growth stems, I could root it and start a new plant and see if that's, you know, if that encourages tomato growth. But, you know, I don't know how that would do. Now over here, I do have one pepper that is ripe and one that is getting ripe. If you have any uses for habanero, actually, if you have a good hot sauce recipe, link it below or let me know where I can find it. But it is getting out of hand. Like, I trimmed it and it started pushing out more growth. So it probably needs a little haircut again just to try to keep the growth where it is. It's very compact, but it's pushing out a lot of flowers still, and it's still dropping. I feel like a lot of flower drops all over the place. It just keeps dropping them. I increased the food to 30 ml as well. I'm leery of increasing it too much more because I don't want to sort of kill the plant with kindness, if you will. So it's, I don't know, yeah, I don't know what to do about that. At some point, it's just a lot of food for a small amount of water. So under here, the stem or the trunk or whatever, it's looking pretty good. I don't know if you can see that. And then over there, that one's looking really big as well. Now that one was a 2-inch net pot and this is a 3-inch net pot. So there is going to be a little bit of resistance in getting the tomato out, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I mean, anything is better than those little 1-inch ones that come with the Aerogarden. So, but that is how these look right now. They look great. They're just not putting out a lot of fruit. So that's something I need to figure out. Okay, I know they look really sad, but hear me out. So I hacked this one back quite a bit. I will probably be doing the same thing to this one in a day or 3. I'm going to take all the peppers off and I will probably try to do a quick pickle jalapeno recipe. And I've never tried like homemade pickled jalapeno, so I want to try that. But I'm going to hack this one back, and I have some stuff. It's insect control. It says it takes care of spider mites and a bunch of other things. I doused this like you wouldn't believe. And there really are hardly any leaves on here, so it should be pretty easy to give it a good dousing and soaking and, you know, hopefully get rid of the spider mites. The problem is, like, do the spider mites hide in the curtain I've got back here? Do they hide in the Aerogarden? Do they... I mean, I know they're going to be harboring, you know, this jalapeno is going to be harboring spider mites. So I need to get this one hacked back and sprayed to death as well. But, you know, I just don't think this stuff is that effective. I'm going to have to treat it over and over and over again, and I'm probably going to have to keep treating it until I can, you know, until I forget, and then they'll probably come back. But I will give it a try and see if I can save them, because it seems a shame to get rid of what seems like a healthy plant. So it will start pushing out new growth on the nodes. It's already starting to push out growth. So it's a healthy plant. I have not fed it. I didn't feed it last week, and I'm not sure I fed it the week before. So I should probably feed it this next time if I'm going to try to work on saving it. So yeah, keep your fingers crossed, and I will work on saving it, and we'll see what comes up. You know, if I can sort of really knock back the spider mites and make this work, or if it's yeah, once you get spider mites, you just got to take everything down and hose it off. So we'll see. And finally, the Paris Island lettuce. I feel like the lettuce is growing a lot slower in the lava rock than it does in a peat sponge. So I've not fed these yet. I don't normally feed my lettuce until it has gotten more than a few leaves on it, and then I start giving really light feeds. These are behaving differently. I feel like they are going to need food a lot sooner. So I'm thinking of, I've got a little, I don't have any food mixed up right now. I mix up my food fresh because it'll actually get like algae in it and mold and stuff. So if I don't mix it up fresh, I can't really use it 2 weeks later. It gets really gross. So I don't have any food mixed up right now, and the next feed is quite a few days away. So I thought what I could do is chuck in a little bit of the Aerogarden nutrients just to give it a little food and see if that helps it perk up a little. I did take the covers off, and you can see that the rocks have dried out, but I was kind of hoping that the roots had enough reach to get down to the water, and I'm not 100% sure on this one, but this one, the rocks are still wet there, and I think it is reaching. And the same goes for the other one that I moved. It seems like it's doing pretty good, but it's the same level of growth. It's very slow, very, it's not weak, but it just seems like it's struggling. So I want to give them some food and see if that helps perk them up, speed them up a little bit, and, you know, get them going. So I hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for joining me. I will have some videos up at the end that you might also enjoy, and I will see you next time on the Aerogarden Homestead.